عباده الذين اصطفى أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم أفمن يخلق كمن لا يخلق أفلا تذكرون وإن تعدوا نعمة الله لا تحصوها إن الله لغفور رحيم والله يعلم ما تسرون وما تعلنون والذين يدعون من دون الله لا يخلقون شيئا وهم يخلقون أموات غير أحياء وما يشعرون أيان يبعثون إلهكم إله واحد فالذين لا يؤمنون بالآخرة قلوبهم منكرة وهم مستكبرون لا جرم أن الله يعلم ما يسرون وما يعلنون إنه لا يحب المستكبرين وإذا قيل لهم ماذا أنزل ربكم قالوا أساطير الأولين ليحملوا أوزارهم كاملة يوم القيامة ومن أوزار الذين يضلونهم بغير علم ألا ساء ما يزرون صدق الله العظيم وبلغنا رسوله النبي الكريم ونحن على ذلك من الشاهدين والشاكرين والحمد لله رب العالمين. Surah Nahl, the previous few sessions we read those ayat where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned some of his blessings. Now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, after mentioning those blessings, is saying أَفَمَنْ يَخْلُقُ كَمَنْ لَا يَخْلُقُ, is the one who creates everything equal to the one who does not create. So the idols that you are worshipping, you know yourself that they cannot create anything, and when it is asked of you that who created the skies and who created the water and who created the sun and the moon and the stars and the earth and the things that are placed on it, they also say that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created it. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is asking them a question that the one who creates and those who cannot create, how can they be equal? Can they be equal? Of course the answer is that they cannot be equal. أَفَلَا تَذَكَّرُونَ, will you still not pay any heed? وَإِن تَعُدُّوا نِعْمَةَ اللَّهِ لَا تُحْصُوهَا, if you count the bounties, the ni'am of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, لَا تُحْصُوهَا, you will not be able to count them all. إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَغَفُورٌ رَحِيمٌ, surely Allah is most forgiving, very merciful. So the ni'mat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, things that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given to people of benefit. If we start counting them, we cannot count them. We cannot even count the blessings that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put within this 5 foot, 6 foot body of our own, let alone the ni'am, the blessings that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has kept outside of us. In fact, the whole creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this earth, this whole universe, it is serving the mankind. It is for serving the mankind, the animals, the plants, the stones, the mountains, the rivers, the oceans, all the creations of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the sky, the sun, the moon, everything has been created for the human being, to serve the human being, and the human being has been made to worship and love Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So you start counting, you cannot even count the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, let alone pay Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for it, or thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for it, or appreciate that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us those things. You cannot do any of that, you cannot even count them. Inna Allah laghafurur rahim, the reason Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says here that He is Ghafoor, because those people who do not thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, those people who do not even believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or those people who did not believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for a very long time and then started to believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah forgives them and Allah wipes away their sins. But even if they perpetually keep on maintaining their kufr, is still in this world, the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it is true for them as well, that if they start counting the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, although they do not believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and are disobedient to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, still Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is so rahim that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's mercy is extending to them and so intense to them that even those people who do not believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and na'udzu billah accuse Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and say bad things about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, still Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives them so much that they cannot even count what Allah is giving them and how much Allah is giving them. Wallahu ya'lamu ma tusirruna wa ma tu'linun. Whatever they do, what do they think that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not know? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows whatever you conceal and whatever you reveal. وَالَّذِينَ يَدْعُونَ مِن دُونِ اللَّهِ لَا يَخْلُقُونَ شَيْئًا وَهُمْ يُخْلَقُونَ. Those whom they invoke beside Allah do not create anything, rather they are themselves created. The Christians started worshipping Sayyidina Isa alayhi salatu wassalam. The Yahud, they said Uzair alayhi salam was the son of Allah. The pagans of Arab, they started to worship idols and associated them as partners of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. All these, they have not created anything, they never claimed anything, and the creation of anything, nothing is proven from them. وَهُمْ يُخْلَقُونَ, they have been themselves created. وَأَمْوَاتٌ غَيْرُ أَحْيَاء, they are dead, having no life. وَمَا يَشْعُرُونَ أَيَّانَ يُبْعَثُونَ, and they do not know when they shall be resurrected or raised again. So the idols, they are dead, they do not have any life. And even those human beings that had any life, they did not know when they are going to be resurrected. If Sayyidina Isa was the son of Allah, Uzair alayhi salam was the son of Allah, na'udhu billahi hashahu wa kallah, they should at least know when they will be resurrected. If they were partners with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they should at least know when their life is going to end, when they are going to be raised again. They never told anybody that when it's going to happen. They did not know themselves. So how could they be partners with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Ilahukum ilahu wahid, your God is one God, one and only Allah. فَالَّذِينَ لَا يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْآخِرَةِ قُلُوبُهُمْ مُنْكِرَةٌ وَهُمْ مُسْتَكْبِرُونَ. So the people who do not believe in the hereafter, their hearts are defiant and they are arrogant. The reason why these people do not come to bring faith in the Prophet ﷺ and the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is because they think they are never going to die, or when they die, they are not going to be held accountable. So they do not have belief in the hereafter, and that is their chief problem. That is why their hearts, they are defiant and they are arrogant. إِنَّهُ وَهُمْ مُسْتَكْبِرُونَ لَا جَرَمَ أَنَّ اللَّهَ يَعْلَمُ مَا يُسِرُّونَ وَمَا يُعْلِنُونَ. Invariably, without any chance of this being wrong or different. أَنَّ اللَّهَ يَعْلَمُ مَا يُسِرُّونَ وَمَا يُعْلِنُونَ. Allah knows whatever they conceal and whatever they reveal. إِنَّهُ لَا يُحِبُّ الْمُسْتَكْبِرِينَ. And the fact is that He does not like those arrogant people. He does not like any sort of arrogant people, particularly not those who have done the biggest kibr, the biggest arrogance, which is to think that we are above and beyond this need of submitting to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We do not need a God, or we are so high that we will determine who is our God. Na'udhu billahi wa hashahu kallah. وَإِذَا قِيلَ لَهُمْ مَاذَا أَنزَلَ رَبُّكُمْ قَالُوا أَسَاطِيرُ الْأَوَّلِينَ. If some ignorant person or somebody asks them for finding out what has your Lord sent down, they say قَالُوا Asatirul Awwaleen. They say it is nothing but the tales of ancient people. So what Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is telling people, it is something that he has, na'udhu billah, just copied from the stories of previous Anbiya. There is nothing sent down to him from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. لِيَحْمِلُوا أَوْزَارَهُمْ كَامِلَةً. These people, they will bear the full weight of what they are doing on the day of judgment. يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ وَمِنْ أَوْزَارِ الَّذِينَ يُضِلُّونَهُمْ بِغَيْرِ عِلْمٍ. And also the burden of the people, of those whom they misled without knowledge. أَلَا سَاءَ مَا يَزِرُونَ. Remember, evil is the burden that they are bearing, not of their own kufr, but also leading people astray because of their mischief, because of their ill intention. So if somebody leads someone else astray, they are also going to be responsible for the kufr or the bad deeds that they do. The person who is doing the bad deed, they are responsible themselves, of course, but also the one who led them and put them in that direction, they are also going to get the burden of not only misleading them, but also the bad deed that was done because of their misleading. قَدْ مَكَرَ الَّذِينَ مِنْ قَبْلِهِمْ فَأَتَى اللَّهُ بُنْيَانَهُمْ مِنَ الْقَوَاعِدِ فَخَرَّ عَلَيْهِمُ السَّقْفُ مِنْ فَوْقِهِمْ وَأَتَاهُمُ الْعَذَابُ مِنْ حَيْثُ لَا يَشْعُرُونَ. Those two who were before them, they made schemes, they made plots. فَأَتَى اللَّهُ بُنْيَانَهُمْ مِنَ الْقَوَاعِدِ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving an example that these people before you who did not want to believe, they also came up with plans, they also made schemes. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala came upon their whatever they had built, these schemes that they had built as if they are buildings. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's command came, and it was فَخَرَّ عَلَيْهِمُ السَّقْفُ مِنْ فَوْقِهِمْ وَأَتَاهُمُ الْعَذَابُ مِنْ حَيْثُ لَا يَشْعُرُونَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala uprooted their building from the foundation. So the foundation was uprooted, the foundation was destroyed, and the roof fell down on no one else but the dweller himself. That those people who made these schemes, it is as if they are buildings, they are making buildings, and when the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala comes, then the foundations are they are destroyed, and the roof falls down upon them and destroys them. So whatever they are doing, this is going to end up for damage for themselves. وَأَتَاهُمُ الْعَذَابُ مِنْ حَيْثُ لَا يَشْعُرُونَ, and the adhab of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala came to them from where they could not even imagine. ثُمَّ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ يُخْزِيهِمْ وَيَقُولُ أَيْنَ شُرَكَائِيَ الَّذِينَ كُنْتُمْ تُشَاقُّونَ فِيهِمْ. Then on the day of judgment, so this is the adhab in the world, but on the day of judgment He will put them to disgrace and will say, where are my partners for whose sake you used to quarrel with the believers? أَيْنَ شُرَكَائِيَ الَّذِينَ كُنْتُمْ تُشَاقُّونَ فِيهِمْ. Allah will ask them that go and find those people that you made partners with me and fought with the believers, argued with them that these are also gods. قَالَ الَّذِينَ أُوتُوا الْعِلْمَ إِنَّ الْخِزْيَ الْيَوْمَ وَالسُّوءَ عَلَى الْكَافِرِينَ. The people of the knowledge on that day will say that today the disgrace and the evil adhab has to befall the unbelievers. So the reason why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is mentioning that someone else would say that all the punishment, all the humility is going to humiliating adhab is going to befall the disbelievers. This is to tell us that everyone, they will be publicly humiliated on the day of judgment as they argue and humiliate Muslims. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on the day of judgment will humiliate them before all of mankind. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us from being among those. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم وصلى الله تعالى على خير خلقه سيدنا مولانا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين آمين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين.